What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode of the Always Chillin' podcast. Getting the Sandman in the barbershop once again. It's good to see you, man. It's been a few weeks. We took an extended break just because you were sick for a little bit there.
I was laid down, man.
Yeah, and if something puts you and Jana down, it's pretty
real
bad.
serious.
So
I know where I got it from though.
where?
It was the first day of basketball practice. First night of basketball practice. So I got it from one of my guys.
There it is.
There it is.
These kids will do that.
Got me, laid me down.
Kids will do that too. Yeah, and then it's just like, dude, it's been a snow emergency
Fucking
like every day.
storms and shit
Snowing
every
like
day.
crazy. It's like -30. Yesterday, today, I thought it was kind of nice out. So I was like, "Oh, it ain't that bad."
I said the same thing. It's
like
25
-4.
degrees, and I feel like
Uh-huh.
I can put my light coat on and shit.
Yeah, my dad's truck wouldn't start. I had to drive my dad to work at like 2 a.m.
That's
like he doesn't have a garage, so he tried to start his truck and it just wouldn't. So he was fucked. But yeah, anyway, so before we started, I'm just cruising Google News. LeVar Burton learns he's a descendant of a Confederate soldier.
like reading
Seen
Rainbow.
this? Yeah, Reading
LeVar
Rainbow,
Burton.
Yeah,
Really? I'm not surprised by that.
yeah. Let's see.
I'm not surprised at all by that.
Apparently, he's on a PBS series.
Yeah, man. LeVar Burton.
Find
man.
Your Roots.
Kunta Kinte, man. Fuck
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I actually read Roots before I watched it. I read Roots twice. Thick,
Yeah,
man. You talk
Roots.
about a read, bro. That was a hell of a read.
Roots, Star Trek, Reading Rainbow.
Dude's
I feel
been
like-
around.
When I'm like,
He's black royalty. Yeah.
yeah, when I'm like, your name's Toby, I feel like my wife doesn't know what I'm talking about when I
Probably
say it,
not.
but
Did
she went
you
to,
watch the
She
movie?
went to different. Yeah, we watched it in school.
You watched the original?
Yeah.
Was it the original?
Well, yeah, the one with LeVar Burton.
Really? They let y'all watch that in school?
We had to watch it in school. I think it was one of those things where like you had to get a thing signed.
Okay. That.
You know? So if your
that-
parents didn't
okay,
want you to
okay.
see it, like
See, back when I was in school, freshman year, everybody got assigned a book. And you had to read it, but this is before everything was made into a movie by your time. So
we
that
just
would
watched it.
that would be the equivalent of that, yeah, because your
Sure.
parents had to sign off on it. It was a pretty big deal during that class. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, man, I'm surprised they let y'all watch. They're like no edits, everything through.
Yeah, I don't
Really?
think so. Like we used to read, books. You know, we'd read out loud, and we could like the N word would be in some books. You know,
Yeah,
we'd be like, oh shit, like I'm gonna have to say the N word in school today.
hey man, if it's in the book, you gotta read
Yeah,
it.
we were allowed to.
If it's
just
in the
that
book,
one
you gotta
time.
read it. It was for the time. It was the times.
Yeah, we were reading like fucking
It's like the movie
Huckleberry-
Django. You know, a lot of
Huckleberry
people would, was like,
Huckleberry
hey
Finn
man,
and
that was
shit.
the time.
Tom Sawyer. Yeah,
Huckleberry.
yeah,
I don't think I ever read that one.
Huckleberry Finn.
I don't think I ever read
Tom
that
Sawyer. Is that the one with Tom Sawyer's the one with N word Jim?
one. Yeah. That shit. Yeah, I don't think I ever watched that. I think I remember. I think I probably heard about that as a kid and was just like, well, fuck that shit.
Yeah,
I ain't reading, watching that shit.
probably. Yeah. So LeVar Burton of Roots, Reading Rainbow, Star Trek.
A Confederate soldier? So that would have been
Yeah.
the South.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised at that at all, bro.
Says he discovered a hidden family secret. He learned that his great-great-grandmother on his mother's side was raised by a man she thought was her biological father, but wasn't. Okay.
That probably happened a lot too.
She was
A whole lot of Jezebels, you know what I'm saying?
She was the biological daughter of a white farmer named James Henry Dixon. And that guy was a Confederate soldier.
I'm not surprised at
So
it
it's
at all.
his like great.
I can show you my I'm on ancestry.com. I can show you. I have a picture. He's either my great or my great grandfather. I think his name's Klein, and he's either Native American. He looks white to me. He's white. I'm gonna say he's white, and maybe he has some native in him, but he's white as shit. I still got family in fucking in somewhere in Europe, man. White as fuck. I mean, white. Ain't no black in these people. So I'm not surprised at that at all.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you think about it, a lot of black people probably are descendants of Confederate soldiers.
And vice versa.
Like, because a lot of Confederate soldiers were probably plantation owners or family of plantation owners.
And was like, fuck this shit. I like that pretty little black girl. We going up to Chicago.
right.
Fuck that.
Or,
Which-
I mean, that's like the good version.
That's the good. And a lot of those good versions probably happened more than people would like to think or
Yeah.
even know.
Yeah, those happen a lot, but there's also a lot of like illegitimate children
Oh, most definitely.
born from bad
Most definitely.
shit.
I mean, I guess I
Thomas
can say
Jefferson
it.
type
Like
shit.
I told like my mom's grandfather, and I remember him when I was a kid. But this guy started in fucking Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, all the way to Colorado and back around. And I probably can't say it to my mom, but I'm like, I know homie was dropping dick off on the way. I mean, you're gonna want some ass, you know what I'm saying? You dropping dick off from South Carolina all the way to Colorado. You dropping dick off, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, I mean, back in the day, you probably had families on the way. Like,
Uh
probably
uh
had 3 families.
what's the song The Temptations? Papa was a Rolling Stone. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers existed.
Yeah.
I think there was another dude that had a song where he had 2 families. Shit, I know old motherfuckers in the hood that had 2, 3 families down the street and around the corner. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Motherfuckers was dropping dick off, man.
That's so crazy.
That hobo life. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So that don't surprise me at all. Shit, Confederate soldier might have put his motherfucking gun down and said, fuck this shit, man.
That too, yeah. Something like that.
And then, you either get whitewashed or your family becomes black. You know what I'm saying? Like take one of my sons, he's half white. If he decides to marry a white girl, my grandbabies are probably gonna look more like you than they do me. Still my blood though.
Yeah.
Now say my grandchild that's white now grows up and marries a white man. Bam. My blood is still there, but it's fading out.
Mm-hmm.
And who
I see
knows?
what you
Maybe
mean,
in
yeah.
100 more years it'll be black again.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Well,
So,
have you seen that? Like, they did like a scientific rendition of like what the average person they think the average person would look like in like 1,000 years. It's like pretty much like everybody's like looks Mexican. Like everybody's just like a little bit brown is what they.
it's funny you say that.
Eventually it'll just.
Jana had a client. He was a professional rollerblader.
Professional rollerblade.
Yeah, I thought he was what you call them motherfuckers to ride the horses.
Oh, a jockey.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was. Like this dude looked like that, you know what I mean? Then he was one day was like, yeah, I got all my money. Like this motherfucker was rich, like real rich. Got all my money rollerblading. I was like, no shit. I thought you was a horse jockey, motherfucker. But anyway, he was also an environmentalist. Okay. And he would travel, all over the fucking world doing these docus. And he said by 2052, not 2050, but by 2052, everyone will be taupe. So I'm like, taupe. I've heard that before. You mean like fucking khaki? You know what I mean? That's when I hear taupe, I think of khaki, khaki color, brown. In other words,
beige,
a light brown, beige. Yeah. So this, I guess, somebody's right.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, with all the mixing that's going on now, bro, nobody gives a fuck. That's what I'm saying. This new, especially this new generation, they don't give a fuck. Say a fucking alien does drop down and he's pink with purple polka dots, man. These little 6, 7, 8, 9, probably up to 16, they gonna be like, hey, bro, they don't give a fuck. They ain't judging you because you black. They ain't judging you because you gay. They don't give a fuck if you're fat. They don't give a fuck if you're skinny. They don't give a fuck if one foot's bigger than the other. These kids just ain't got that hate in them. Now,
which is good.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good. So, yeah, things are going to change drastically for a lot of people. And fucking race is man-made anyway. I mean, so shit, what the fuck does it really mean anyway?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think we'll be alive to start seeing it.
You see this dude with the skid loader at Home Depot?
I did see that shit.
Shit went viral.
Motherfuckers that think we ain't got no action in Lincoln, shit. I actually had a police officer in the other. It was the day before that. We were talking, and people, like Nebraska, where's that at? Lincoln, where's that? I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. Everybody's, New York's the city that never sleeps. Fucking Lincoln, Nebraska is the city that never sleeps. I don't give a fuck what you say. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. If you're somewhere where you're around a certain kind of act, you're gonna see some shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna see a motherfucker creeping through the alleys.
Yeah.
You're gonna see a bitch taking a bath in the fountain downtown, talking to somebody that ain't there. You're gonna see throw up piles and shit everywhere down.
You will. That's true.
You're gonna see. Me and Jenna, we rode our bikes, bro, probably from 9th Street down to 16th. You know, it's a nice little incline where we can get us some speed. You know what I mean? But this night, it was just a fucked up night, man. There was like 6 girls on like every block crying or throwing up. I'm like,
Some in the water,
God
dude.
damn.
Yeah, that's why I just stay home.
I wouldn't say
That's why I just stay home.
we're not crime ridden. I wouldn't say like
Just
it's
people
not
being weird.
Yeah,
dude.
I wouldn't say it's like not safe to walk the streets or
Yeah,
anything.
it's just like weird.
You're just gonna see a weird motherfucker over here barking at the tree.
They're probably not even gonna say anything. To
and
you.
they ain't gonna say shit to you. They don't even see you. This fucking tree.
They're busy.
That type shit, man. And we talked about that type of shit, man. And I'm just like,
Dude, I
man, what
saw-
the fuck, bro?
I don't remember if I talked about this on the show already, but when I worked downtown, I used to, every day at lunch, I used to go on a walk and call my wife and just talk to my wife on the phone to my AirPods and just walk around downtown. I saw this dude, he walked out of Pickleman's and he was drinking like a Dr. Pepper or something, and he took like a sip. It was still like probably a third full. He took like a sip and put it in the trash can, and this lady walked over and grabbed it out of the trash can. And she was like, like it was nothing. I was like,
Hey.
I was like, this is not the first. That's not the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time she's done that. Like she saw it and she was like, I'm drinking that.
She peeped that out.
Reached right into the trash can, no hesitation. Like, damn, you're a seasoned street veteran, dude.
Yeah, so if you're a people watcher, this is the town for you.
Yeah, this fucking skid loader. I'd be pissed if I was at Home Depot and I came out and my car was all fucked up.
What was the
From
issue?
the skid loader.
Is there a
the
backstory?
The issue was the dude was driving a skid loader around into people's cars. Like, well, he went to. I have the story pulled up. So he went to.
That motherfucker did a lot of damage.
Well, he damaged 8 vehicles.
Oh shit, more than I saw then.
Yeah, because he went to a couple places.
Which Home Depot was it?
It was the South Side one, not one
Oh.
70th. So it was like, that's where there's not weird people like that.
Yeah, the bougie
usually.
motherfuckers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, he fucked up a U-Stop and a Home Depot parking lot.
Damn.
He was crashing that motherfucker into the cop cars. You see that?
Yeah, that's the part of that I saw
Yeah.
when he hit the cop car.
It's like, ugh.
I didn't see.
And all the comments are like, white. He's white. Gotta be white. And they were-
Yeah.
I mean, they were right.
Yeah.
And then the cops pull their gun out, and he's like, whoa, I'm done. Like the second the guns come out.
Okay.
He's like, oh, I'm just kidding.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I just playing. Yeah, that motherfucker damaged a lot of shit. I wonder if that was drugs or
Yeah, he did.
mental health. Don't tell me he got fired.
It's $114,000 of damage.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, he probably got fired because the skid loader was.
Yeah, they said it was his boss's
it was,
skid loader.
yeah, it was
right?
owned by his job. He must work for a construction company or something.
They fired him or something.
Yeah, he took it over to the U-Stop on a company truck and trailer. So he drove the skid loader over this U-Stop and then took it off the trailer and then started fucking up the cars at the U-Stop. And then drove it over to the Home Depot and started fucking up the cars.
What you gonna do to stop that motherfucker?
I mean, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna watch,
What you gonna do to stop it?
I'm just gonna watch my car get fucked up.
Yeah, Lincoln, Nebraska,
Probably.
boy. Shit pops off, man. Shit,
Yeah.
It's like, what was that, a couple years ago when the dude fucking went crazy at the fucking Chick-fil-A? I think it was a railroad officer that happened to be there.
yeah.
That shit pops off, man.
Yeah, they killed that fucking guy.
Yeah, they had to smoke. Yeah, they did. They had to get him, didn't they?
That railroad cop
Yeah, railroad cop.
killed that dude.
Yeah, it was just a railroad cop. I'm like, that's a federal fucking officer, motherfucker. You go around the fucking train tracks and when the train's coming and see if he don't come get your ass. Try it. Ask me how I know. Live right over by the train tracks, man. I used to probably every other day I had to go bomb one of the homies out because they didn't wait for the train. railroad police came and took him to jail. I am surprised they didn't shoot his motherfucking ass though.
Yeah.
That
That's
was
what everybody was talking about.
What do you call that?
If he wasn't white, he'd been shot. Is what everybody was saying. I thought people were saying like that's a white person thing to do, which I agree with. It is a white person thing to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Marine Corps in the barracks, dude, they were doing construction in the parking lot, and somebody did the exact same shit. He's like, we get like every night, everybody's getting fucked up, you know. So, so like we're standing there, and this dude's like, I wonder if they just like leave the keys in those. It was one of those like forklifts, like one of the big forklifts.
Some you don't. It just
It's
a
like-
switch.
It's it's like it's one of those big forklifts. It has like it's got like the four wheels, and it's got like the forklift that goes out in front of it. You know?
The pedibone.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called, but yeah,
Pedibone.
yeah, some shit like that. He's like, I wonder if they just leave the fucking keys in. Like, I wonder if I could just go.
Switch.
Yeah, he's like, I wonder if I could just go start it up. And we're like, I don't know, dude. You should just fucking go see, I guess. So he starts. He goes down there. We see him run across the parking lot. We see him get into it, and we hear the thing start up, and we're like, oh shit. And we think that's all he's gonna do. But he doesn't just only do that, and he starts driving the thing around, and he fucks a couple people's cars up, and yeah,
Drunk.
yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah, and then he hops out and just fucking takes off, dude.
You got away with it?
Yeah.
Oh, well shit. I'm always down for a motherfucker that gets it to the man, dog.
Yeah.
I
Well, I don't know whose cars he was fucking up, but
Oh.
it wasn't any of our cars.
So fuck it.
So we didn't care. But yeah, dude, like when that happens, dude, it's probably like maybe this is another prison parallel, but like the ranks get closed really fast. There was this dude I remember his name, but I won't say it. But so every floor of the barracks has somebody on duty, and when you're on duty, it's your job to just like walk around and make sure shit's not weird. It's a 24-hour shift, so when you get duty, it kind of sucks. You have to sit there for 24 hours, and you have to wear like. When I first got in there, you could just wear your cami, so it wasn't that bad. But about halfway through, they switched it, and you had to wear like a dress uniform when you were on duty. So kind of sucks.
Which what is a dress uniform?
Like dress pants and the button-up shirt.
Oh,
and,
full
like,
full fucking shit. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's just not super comfortable. And when we're wearing that, dude, like you wear the I don't remember what they're called. But they tie your shirt to your socks, so that your shirt doesn't come
Sock
untucked.
suspenders.
Yeah,
Whatever the fuck. That's what I used to call them. Sock suspenders.
I don't remember what they're called, but sometimes you'd be standing there, dude. We'd be standing in formation, you would hear one snap, and the dude in front of you would just be like, "Oh, like, yeah," because they would just be.
And they got y'all marching around in that shit.
Yeah, and
Damn.
dude, it'd be like pulling your leg hairs and stuff. Fuck. So yeah, it'd be a 24-hour shift in that. But anyway, so each floor has a duty. And when we got back from Afghanistan, they didn't have anywhere to put us, so they put us in a barracks where we were the top floor. An infantry company was the top floor, and then the other two floors were they were not infantry units. They were like comm units. They didn't deploy. They didn't do any of that shit.
Right.
So you're not supposed to have guns in the barracks. To preface this story, you're not allowed to have guns. You're allowed to own guns, but if you live in the barracks, you have to keep your guns like at the armory.
Okay.
You have to go check them out. Your
Okay.
personal gun. If you want to go shooting or whatever, you have to go check them out because you're not allowed to have guns in the barracks.
Okay.
That being said, a lot of people have guns in the barracks. So one night, we had just gotten back from Afghanistan, and it's like the Marine Corps is kind of like there's infantry and non-infantry, and it's kind of different. So like we had just got back from Afghanistan, and we were partying like really, really hard on like a Tuesday. And the non-infantry people in the barracks, they're in comm school and shit, so they like had a test the next day, and they're coming up there like, "Oh, can you guys be quiet? We have a test, whatever." And we're like, we just got back from Afghanistan. We're like, we don't give a fuck about that, you know. So the duty comes up asking us to be quiet, and this dude fucking pulls a gun on him. Yeah, because he's just fucking around, but like the duty doesn't think he's fucking around, and it's like normal people don't fuck around like that. You know, because we had all pointed guns at each other lots of times.
I mean, shit.
At that point, and it's like nobody's gonna shoot anybody, and we're all pretty good. Like,
Okay, two questions.
It's fine
And it's probably a dumb one. Why aren't you allowed to have guns in the barracks?
because of that exact reason.
I figured.
Because we're all drunk as fuck, and like people, if like you're allowed to have guns, people would just be shooting each
Fresh
other
back, you know what I'm saying?
all the time. Yeah, well, yeah, and then honestly, it's probably more of like a suicide thing that they're worried about, like
Okay.
people keeping guns in their rooms and using them to kill themselves. It's probably more what they're worried about. Yeah, 2 questions though. What was the
Second question. Y'all right upstairs from motherfuckers that ain't did shit yet, basically.
Yeah.
Are y'all freaking them the fuck out?
Well, yeah, and that's kind of what this is. Is like, so the duty comes up, like they get a gun pulled on them, and this is probably like in this. I mean, this dude's probably the dude's probably out of the Marine Corps by now, but in this dude's entire career is probably the only time anybody had ever pointed a gun at him. You know, like he probably never deployed. He probably never like.
Okay, I guess that would have been my third question.
You know,
Okay.
so it's just different. Like they go like to the office every day. You know,
Okay.
kind of. So it's just a
Okay,
little-
because
it's
you
just a little
said
different.
some y'all are infantry and they're not.
Right,
Okay. So
Right.
those are the guys that
they're
probably
like-
ain't gonna go.
right,
Okay.
right. Because it's just not their job to, and it's like not that doesn't make them better or worse or whatever. It's just
It's not what they're there for.
this is what it is. So this dude's on duty. He gets a gun pulled on him. Probably the only time he ever got a gun pulled on him was on base in California by like another Marine. Probably the last thing he expected was to get a gun pulled on him. And we're like, oh yeah, you shouldn't have come up here.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Like, you shouldn't have come
you
up
know
here.
what it
dude.
is
Like,
up here, dog.
like
Shit.
yeah, it's kind of banging, dude. Like
you know what
you're-
I'm saying?
Like you shouldn't have come up here. You're not allowed up here. Like you came up here, and this is where we live, and you're supposed to stay downstairs.
you know
And
what's up, dog?
Like I thought we had an arrangement. Like,
yeah, that is a fucking parallel.
well,
yeah.
and it's like last time somebody came up here, they got thrown down the stairs, and it's like that was
you don't live up here, homie.
a whole thing too. A dude would wear this dude. He died of brain cancer actually not that long ago.
Peace, man.
This dude he would walk around with the Texas flag like a cape. And he had, it was when like portable Bluetooth speakers were first a thing. And he would be running around just blasting God Bless Texas. And this dude, like a dude came up and told him to, he was like, "Can you shut that fucking music off?" And he threw that kid right down the stairs. Like, you go back downstairs, chat. Like,
Get out of here.
that type of shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the dude gets a gun pulled on him. And like, obviously he calls the cops and stuff. And we're like, we need to hide this gun. So everybody's scrambling. Like, they're taking the gun apart. Everybody's taking a piece, you know, shit like that. Like, all the bullets are gone. Like, by the time the cops get there, there's no gun, obviously. And they go around knocking on every single door, and they're like, "Did you see anything?" And every single person, "No, I didn't see it." Like, I've been in my room all night. Like, nobody was even outside. I don't know what they're talking about. Anybody
You're playing
being
with my
loud.
nuts, dog. I ain't hear nothing.
Yeah, like I wasn't even outside. And then every single door, like, "Oh, did you see anything?" Like, "No, I wasn't even outside. I don't know."
Never found shit.
Well, no, and the dude was just weird. So he was just like he was wearing this big like one of those. It was kind of like that, but like 4 times bigger, like a really really huge like Russian fur
shit.
hat.
Yeah, the real.
So in it, like he just like changed clothes and took his hat off, and it's like we're all white dudes with the same haircut. You know? So it's like
it's him.
nobody's gonna know.
Look like him.
So yeah, the whole point of that was like ranks close really fast. So like as soon as the cops, it's PMO. I don't even remember protective Marine Corps officer. I don't even know what PMO stands for, honestly. But it's the cops on base.
Okay.
Yeah, and they come around like, "Who's driving this?"
They're
car?"
Marines, though.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're like the ultimate buddy fuckers, because their whole job is to get other Marines in trouble. You know.
How often have
So
they
it's
been
like-
deployed? Are they like
Well, when
deployed
they
guys?
even when they deploy, their job is to make sure that
so
nobody on
there's
base.
still cops over there.
Yeah,
Oh, you motherfuckers!
yeah. So they're like,
oh,
so they're
you
like,
bitch ass motherfuckers!
yeah. So they're like the ultimate buddy fuckers. Dude.
Oh hell no, man!
Yeah.
We over here, man. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
And in the Marine Corps, man, if you're a buddy fucker, you're not gonna have a good time.
No, you're not.
People don't like you when you're a buddy fucker. dude.
No,
And it's like your
they don't
whole
want you around.
your whole job, and it's not even their fault because they just want to be
the
cops. or-
people you report to don't even respect your motherfucking
like
ass.
they just want to be cops or whatever.
you know what
and,
I'm
they're just-
saying?
and like they're just trying to do a good job, but it's like your whole job is to get other Marines in trouble.
Man, fuck you, man.
For like I'm just trying to let loose, man. I'm just trying to break onto the roof and get drunk and throw beer bottles in the parking lot.
I didn't know that. I thought, okay, if you're a military cop here, you deploy. Fuck all that, motherfucker. You ain't a cop no more. But there's still fucking cops over
Yeah, there's on base. There's still cops. So it's like-
Ah,
because there's still rules and shit. Like on base, people still be getting arrested for like assaulting each other and shit. You know?
Okay. Okay.
So they still do cop shit, and it's like some people do deserve to get in trouble, but it's like it's like they're coming and telling us to turn our music down or whatever, and it's like, can you just fuck off?
It's like a necessary evil. Is that fair to say? Like, man, fuck you, man. Get out of here.
Well, I mean,
man.
I would say that's just cops in general are necessary.
Yeah.
evil. Like,
Necessary
like if
evil.
we didn't have them, it'd be worse.
But you
For
gotta,
sure.
to be a cop, whether military or whatever, you got a different.
But you're just a buddy fucker, dude, and we just didn't like seeing
That's
you.
it.
Like anytime the PMO rolled through the parking lot, we're like fucking
fuck you,
flipping them the
motherfucker.
bird. Yeah, it's like
You came in the Marine Corps to be a cop, motherfucker.
yeah,
Fuck you.
and it's like it's not even. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't mean it offensively to anybody. It's just like you were fucking with me, you know. You were buddy fuckers.
I don't fuck with the police.
Yeah. So that dude did all that shit with the forklift, and PMO came around like, oh, he was driving the forklift. We're like, what forklift?
I ain't see nothing, man.
Mm-mm.
I'm here playing with my nuts, man. I ain't hear nothing. That's what I used to say in the penitentiary.
Playing with my
Man, I'm in here playing with my nuts, man. I ain't hear nothing.
Well, and there's probably like, there's no way we're answering the door anyway, because half the time it was somebody telling you to, like, you had to help clean some shit. Like, laundry room needs mopped, and you answered your door, so you're
The laundry room needs
yeah,
mopped.
dude.
Oh,
Well,
hell
because
no.
like, like, there's no janitors.
I
You know?
just got that. Said the fucking laundry room needs mopped. Go mop
Like-
the laundry room.
There's no janitor. Like, dude, that's half the reason I started smoking too, is because I was spending like 6 hours a day just picking up cigarette butts off the ground. Because it's like, oh, we don't have anything to do, so pick some shit up,
It's that
and
mind.
you just walk around looking for shit to clean up. And it's like, I might as well be fucking smoking, honestly.
It's that mind fuck shit.
Yeah.
Keep you busy type shit.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I don't know. It's just like,
Stupid shit.
yeah, I don't know. You just always have to have something to do. Like, or else you're a waste of money or something. I don't know. But there's days where it was like I was going through gravel and getting rid of rocks that were too big. And it was just, that was like, I remember that day vividly. Like, that was the day I was like, I don't think I'm going to do this anymore. I still had like a year left probably. And that was when I was really like, for sure, I'm not doing this.
I remember doing that. I was what you call a, if anybody that's ever been to the penitentiary, the infamous word is a porter, right?
Order.
You're like, you're a fucking janitor,
Mm.
pretty much. And then one night, and my job was after everybody, got locked down, that I would come out and I would mop and sweep, the day room and all that old bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I quit doing that job. Probably, I got away, and my pay was only like $278 a fucking month, or a day, $278 a day,
Damn.
which came out to like a little over $50 a month. But that's almost a high roller in Nebraska. You know what I mean? $50 a month, man. Shit, I had everything budgeted and shit. The shit that I like, the shit I know I eat, the shit I know I'm not gonna waste type shit. I think I lived off probably about $35 a month in that bitch. Easy. And that's a locker full of food back then. I don't know what that shit costs in there now. But probably about close to a year I got away with not doing that job. Getting paid by the state $50-something bucks a month. I just decided I'm not doing that shit anymore. Fuck it. It was after everybody was locked down, and there's 4 or 5 dudes out there anyway. This dude got this part, this dude got this part, this dude got the bathroom, this dude got the shower. So they like, they'll just mark me down and shit. I'm laid down. I'm like, fuck it, I ain't doing that shit. Got free money off the state for a whole year.
Yeah, I'm talking like the whole thing. We just didn't have anything to do, and the platoon sergeant was like, and it was towards the end, so I had a whole squad, and we were just doing nothing. And platoon sergeant handed me a rock like this big, and he was like, any rock bigger than this rock is not gonna be on this side of the street when I get back. And we were like, okay. So we're sitting there. I had like the master rock, and we were sitting there like,
and size it up.
and we were sitting there checking, and then any rock that was bigger, we would just throw it across the street.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, he was just like, I don't like rocks this big. It's ugly. And then we had like a block that was like ours.
Did y'all complete it?
Yeah,
Okay. Did a good job.
of course we did.
All right.
We had to, because if you don't, it's worse. You know, like it's way worse if he comes back and all the rocks are still there. You know, because then we just get fucked up for like 3 days straight. Because like
Like
that's
they
one of those
give you
things,
like an impossible feat.
yeah. Sometimes they would do that, but that's one of those things where I don't know. It's just better to just do it because they could really just be like, okay, well, nobody's getting off work for the next 2 days, and then you're not. Like you're just not. Be like, okay, well, grab your sleeping bags because we're gonna go sleep out in the desert for the next 3 days because you guys are fucking around, and then we just would.
That's my model for 2024, man. Just got to do it. Just do it.
Just had to.
Whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you need to do, whatever you have to do, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. I'm pretty sure shit will work out for you.
Yep. When I'm texting my wife, girlfriend at the time, like, oh, I guess I'm gonna be gone for a week. Bye, love you. See ya. Like,
Picking up rides.
because we weren't allowed to bring. I think you are now, but we weren't allowed to bring our phones then. You know, and nobody had service anyway.
In the middle of the fucking desert.
Mm-hmm. It's probably different now. Everything they probably are out there Snapchat and everything, which is probably worse, dude. Because I don't know, it was a lot better out there fucking around.
Well, shit, I'm
nobody
hearing
was filming it.
You know, I'm across the street from the probation motherfuckers, the police and shit and all that shit. So, you know, parole office, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I see a lot of these dudes, you know, getting out and shit, and they like, yeah, email and fucking Chromebook. I'm like, huh? Y'all in there? What the fuck? Like, huh? You're in prison? Like, they ain't making that shit scary no more.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie. When I went in that motherfucker, I was scared than a motherfucker. And anybody who tells you opposite is lying like a motherfucker. Like, you in the motherfucker. This is the big house, man. All the shit, all the motherfuckers you done seen on the news and read in the paper and heard about and shit. Like, I'm walking by these, I'm eating frozen waffles, you know what I mean, across the table from a fucking mass murderer. This motherfucker was riding around with his wife in the trunk pouring lime on her so her body would. I'm asking him for a light, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? And so for a motherfucker to say they ain't scared, it blows my mind. But they got iPads and email, and I'm like, what? What the fuck? Visits on screens and shit. And I'm like, man, sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like, y'all making it fun.
whatever.
What the fuck, bro?
Don't bother me, dude. I see TikToks of people like
In their prison cells.
here's
and
how I
shit.
make my ramen noodles.
Yeah, I'm like, what
In
the fuck?
prison.
How are they doing that, man? The
Well,
guards
I'm
is
like-
coming
I'm
right
like,
now.
That looks pretty good.
Hey, man. Hey, man, you give me the right ingredients, I'll make you some shit, bro, and you'll eat it at least twice a week. You'll be asking for that shit.
Take you up on that, dude.
I remember the first time I watched some dudes mix some shit in a bowl. It was my bunkie and the dude next to us. I think this was back when I was like barrack style, back in the dormitory. Man, this shit looks so fucking gross, dog. I'm looking at this shit like, man, and they offered me one, right? And I'm like, nah, I ain't eating that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I don't know what it was. I think I was just you get in with the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I made me a concoction similar to what they had made, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna try this shit, man. Best shit I ever tasted in my life. Best shit I ever tasted in my life. That's probably how I got up to 230 fucking pounds in that motherfucker. I was eating burritos every night, every fucking night.
Yeah, well, we just mixed the MREs. We just mixed everything up, ate it all at once.
You get,
It's faster.
they call it wet chili. You got a bag of chili. You know, it's in
Bag
these
of
10 bags. Then you got a
Nice.
chicken breast, and they come in these 10 bags. You know, you got to use it the first time you open it. You can't, you know what I mean, type shit. Mix that shit up. Put some rice, some beans in there.
Sounds good.
You take the ramen noodles and you crush them shits up because that shit's gonna blow it up. The rice is gonna blow it up. You know what I'm saying? Then you take the seasoning out of the ramen if you want to use that. The chili's already gonna season it up. Then you take the hot riblets. These chips, I can't find these chips nowhere on the streets. You can only find them in prison. Then you crunch them motherfuckers up.
What kind of chips?
They're called Old Viennas.
Oh, Viennas.
I've only seen Old Viennas in prison.
Never heard of it.
They're called hot riblets.
How you spell
I
that?
think they came from St. Louis. At least that's what it used to say on the bag. Like St. Louis, hot riplet, Old Vienna, barbecue chips, something like that. Something like that's your seasoning. You mix that shit up, and you got the water dispensary thing in there. I think it's 190 degrees. It's hot enough to cook something. And they got these sausages in these packages, these plastic packages. You get your tumbler, put some hot water in it, throw your sausage in there, cover it up. And it's gonna cook that sausage a little bit. You slice the sausage up, dice it up, and you throw that in your cup. Mix that up. Get your tortilla, get your little squeezed cheese if you like cheese. Some jalapenos if you like jalapenos. Man, you got you a motherfucking meal, dog. You'll get up to 2:30 in that bitch.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Hell yeah. Or just plain rice and beans with a chicken breast, some Ritz crackers. Simple shit, dog. Simple shit. I eat good in the motherfucker in that bitch. I ate good in the motherfucker in that bitch. I didn't go in the chow hall for like 2 years. That's how good I ate in that motherfucker. I just wouldn't go to the chow hall. I remember I worked in the kitchen probably for maybe a week, and I got fired. I actually got fired in the kitchen in prison, bro. But only reason I got fired is because I got visits. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Lincoln, so my visits ain't gonna be a problem. So I ain't gonna be able to, you know what I mean? This is gonna, and I ain't missing my visit. And you're not obligated to miss your visits for your job in there. So they fired me. But I remember one day there was a truck that had came in, right? And, I'm seeing the boxes and shit. Like you worked at Arby's, like a restaurant and shit. It's grade A food, right? You've never seen grade B, grade C, and grade D, have you? Well, this shit they was bringing in the penitentiary, man, was grade B, grade C, and grade D. And I'm like, hold up. What the fuck? I can't remember what year it was, but it was a hot-ass summer. This summer was hot as fuck. And I remember, like, even the yard, like, they closed the weight pile. If it's too cold, like, these last couple days, weight pile's closed. Or if it's too hot, weight pile's closed. You can't go out there touching on that iron and shit, you know what I'm saying? So this particular summer, it was like 100 degrees, like 20-something days in a row. And like millions of chickens died. You probably don't remember it. But it was like a mass die-off of chickens and shit.
Is that how hot it was?
Yeah. Just died because of the heat or some shit, right? And guess what the fuck was on the menu in the penitentiary? Chicken. Man, I'm talking these fucking chickens, man, look like fucking pterodactyls and shit, man. And the trays, you know what I mean? They're about like that. But this chicken's just laid on. I'm like, I'm not fucking eating that shit. Fucking catfish is supposed to be catfish. I'm like, that's a fucking whole shark on the fucking tray, man. Shit that just... And I was like, man, I ain't eating that fucking shit, man. Come to find out, like, grade B, C, D food, like, is the shit. Like, the fucked up animals that they use to grind up for dog food and shit, and that's what they're feeding the fucking inmates in there. Some shit they make by scratch, but a lot of that shit, man, is grade B, grade C, grade D food and shit, man. Shit you ain't never fucking seen before. And just huge. Shit just be fucking huge.
Chow hall in the Marine Corps was hit and miss. It kind of depends on who was working, Like sometimes you would get a dude in there who really had a passion for making good food.
Right. Well, you had what they would call like ethnic day. Like the Irish dudes, they would get the potatoes and the what's that shit? It looks raw. Corned beef.
Oh yeah.
They would get that. The Asian cats, you know what I mean? They get the chow mein. The Italian cats. This is the first time I ever even had chicken tetrazzini was in fucking prison because of the Italian cats and shit. Then the black people, they give us fried chicken. You know what I mean? It ain't no racist shit. You know what I mean? It's just you gotta cater to all the groups and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think our menus were all planned. I think they told them what they had to make every day.
Yeah.
But in the morning, you could go get an omelet. There was dudes who took their omelet making really seriously. You go get a little custom omelet. Tell them what you want in that motherfucker. There were dudes that were really good at making omelets, and then they'd get out of the Marine Corps or go somewhere else, and you'd be sad. You'd be like, man, these omelets fucking suck. Then there was like in between the normal meal time, because the chow hall was only open during certain times,
Right.
And then in between meal times, they had mid rats, so you could go get like a. It's kind of like Subway. You could just go get like a deli sandwich or something.
Oh yeah,
That shit was fucking good, dude. I still think about that a lot. Like you get this chicken tender sandwich at that motherfucker.
Ooh.
It's really good.
Ooh.
It's really good. I wish I could. If I had a time machine, I would go back and have a chicken finger sub.
Chicken finger sub. Sound
mid rats,
fire.
dude.
Sound
I mean,
fire.
even Afghanistan, dude. Because in Afghanistan, in country, even the mid rats was only during a certain time. Like the meals were during a certain time, and you could go get the in between things during a certain time. But in Afghanistan, they pretty much had mid rats all the time because people needed food all the time. You know, so you could go in at like 2 a.m. and get a sandwich.
Are y'all eating
That shit was good.
for fuel and endurance, or y'all just eating just to indulge and get full and just eat good because what y'all doing?
Well, I mean,
Or is that
it
very
depends.
guy to guy?
Well, like on base, it's like we're just eating because it's lunchtime or whatever, you know. But like on patrol, you're just stopping and eating
Right.
Cliff Bars or whatever real quick, you know. Depends on what you're doing. But on base, when you're going to the chow hall, like if the chow hall's an option, it's usually pretty. Like I'm having ice cream and whatever. It's pretty leisurely. But on patrol and stuff, just pretty much just eat whenever you can eat. It's usually you're like walking around and eating at the same time, kind of shit. So it is more for fuel. During the crucible, at the end of boot camp, you do it's like a 3-day thing, and you like barely sleep, and they don't let you eat. You get like 1 MRE for the 3 days. I was drinking a lot of like sugar water.
Yeah.
Just for some energy.
That'll keep you, especially if your body's.
Yeah, I was just taking the sugar packets out of the MREs and mixing it into my water.
That's almost like zzz,
Yeah.
literally.
Mm-hmm. So it just depended. Sometimes it was fuel or for endurance or whatever, and sometimes it was because an MRE is like 1 MRE is supposed to be enough calories for the whole day. It's supposed to be like 2,000 calories in that motherfucker. So in theory, you would just eat one and you'd be good.
Be good for the day.
Yeah. But I mean, dude, we were eating 2-3 MREs a day, and none of us were putting on a pound.
Well, you're not.
Right.
yeah.
I can't, dude. I came back from Afghanistan skinny.
How much you weighed when you went in?
Probably like when I left, it's probably like 200 pounds.
Really?
It was like 195 or something was what I was allowed to weigh. And then when I got back, I was probably like 178 or something. I'll show you some pictures of when I got back, dude. I was like, my arms are like this big around.
No shit.
Yeah, well, cause dude, it's like
I'm
all
the
we were doing was
opposite.
all we were doing was walking around. You know?
Yeah.
Like we weren't lifting.
I'm
And that's the difference too. Is the infantry dudes go and deploy and they get really small, because they can't lift. And all we were doing was putting on an 80-pound pack and going on like a 18-hour walk. And the dudes, you could really tell who was on steroids in country because when they didn't have their steroids anymore, they got small, really, really fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna shriek the fuck.
And they
up.
got tiny. But yeah, the
Yeah.
infantry dudes all got small. But the non-infantry dudes who stay on base all day, they have a gym. So like they wake up in the morning and they drink a protein shake at the chow hall, and they go to the gym. But the infantry dudes, they wake up in the dirt and then they have an MRE and then they just start walking. You know.
I went in the penitentiary at 165, maybe even 155. By the time I got done, I got up to 230 pounds.
Yeah, see, that's the FOBITs, they're called.
What's that?
FOBIT. It's because the bases are called FOBs,
Oh, okay.
forward operating base.
Okay.
So, like, if you never left the base, they call you a FOBIT.
A fobbit.
Like a hobbit, but yeah, a FOBIT.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like dudes, they go deploy, they get all jacked. It's like, well, you're probably a FOBIT because you had
There's
time.
no way you should be.
Dude, we didn't set foot into an actual gym one single time. We made, like, probably prisons that we just use, like, fuel cans and shit
Water bag.
full of water. Yeah.
Towels, body weight. Yeah, that
And
shit.
then we made a pull-up bar out of some metal and shit that we found that we could jam on the side of the vehicle.
pull up
and we
bar.
could-
Had you right.
And then we could do pull-ups.
That
but-
shit'll spread you the fuck out.
Yeah, that was it.
That was nice on that pull up bar. I had a workout on that pull up bar.
That was it. We didn't lift like at all. We didn't set foot into a gym. And then by the time we got back to base, dude, because we'd be gone for like 2 months, and then we'd come back and be back on base for like 3 days, and then go for another 2 months, and then come back.
That's why I said,
So
man, I'm
it's
trying to get back in the gym myself,
Never seen
man.
that
I'm
time.
kind of like, I'm on my Cat Williams shit, man.
Yeah. Do
I just turned 48.
you think he really has a 4.4?
Hold up. Coach Luth, who we had on the show, can vouch for this shit. He ran a 4.7. I ran a 4.5. I had cleats on, mind you. I wore cleats to practice.
Isn't Cat kind of short though? You got like a wingspan going.
Yeah.
You got like a gazelle type
And
stride.
and this is my thing. Like he ran the side baseline of a basketball court. That's 94 feet. He looked like he was moving pretty good to me. I don't like the edit, the cutout from him running to the phone. It should have just been one motion.
Yeah.
And it was a cut. So I don't know.
Well, if that was, what is it, 90 something feet?
Full length. It looked like he was at Memphis University, and that's a college court, and that's 94 feet.
So that's, I mean, a 40-yard dash, that'd be 120 feet, right?
So yeah.
So he did a 4.4, like 30-yard dash.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, wouldn't that kind of make him? I was like, I don't know. I believe.
I mean, he's faster than me for sure.
Like I said, I ran a 4.5 in the grass. I had cleats on. Minded, I'm ex-athlete. I know how to run, but yeah, man, I believe him. I clocked a 4.5, and this was this past summer, so I was on my Cat Williams shit even before Cat Williams was. It was a challenge. So yeah, I believe him. I think he did run a 4.4. Shit, I just turned. I had a birthday over this break too, man. I just turned fucking 48, man.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I think I got a 4.4 in me. You let me work out, let me train a little bit. Yeah, I think I got a 4.4 in me. 4.4 is easy.
That could be your goal, dude.
Yeah, 4.4 is easy.
Year, man.
I never clocked myself in high school or anything, but I was fast as fuck. The only reason the track coach didn't want me on the track team is because I didn't know how to get out of the blocks. Like I stepped out of the blocks, and they want you to hop out of the blocks.
Yeah, it seems complicated.
And I was a straight up runner. I didn't have that natural lean. That's the only reason I didn't run track. I could have been the shit out there. I think I can smoke a high school kid right now.
Smoke me for sure, dude.
Yeah, I think I still got that in me.
Running was like, I never liked running, dude.
Man, growing up in the hood, dog, shit, you either running from the police, you running from a dog. We run, or we just running. We always running.
Yeah, I just have a bad relationship with it now. It's like, fuck. Because sometimes, dude, we would ride trucks out to the field, and then every once in a while, just because they just felt like fucking with us, they would just be like, we're running back. Go. And then they would just point you in a direction and just like,
see, that's different, dog. That's a distance. Yeah. Sprint, over. Done.
Yeah.
We done.
Yeah,
That
you
distance
have all
shit.
your gear and shit. And then, like, if all the weapons platoons are there, they have like mortar tubes and machine guns and stuff, and like you feel obligated to help them even though it's not really your problem. Like they're back there struggling, and you're like, I'll carry I'll help you carry the machine gun for a little bit or whatever. Just a pain in the fucking ass, man.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. I ain't no jogger.
And it would come out of nowhere, dude. It would
Oh,
it would be
that.
so fucking blindsided.
Like that little angry tear.
Yeah, for real.
This is
like,
not a sad tear.
It's like these
I'm fucking
motherfuckers,
pissed.
These fucking motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers.
And it's like you have to do it because it's like this. And the faster you do it, the sooner you
get it
home.
over with.
It's like, fuck.
Just do it. Get that little cramp in the stomach right there. What the fuck is that anyway?
I don't know, but I don't like.
I
don't
like
like
there's just
it.
a ball in there, just hanging from some shit.
Oh yeah, dude.
Somebody tell me what the fuck that is, man.
Yeah, see, and like you're feeling that. It's also it's 100 degrees in Southern California. You have
all this shit on.
Yeah, like full pants. It's 100 degrees, and it's not like I get to wear tank top and shorts. Like I have
full suited and booted,
full pants, and then I have like my flak jacket on. Best case scenario, I just have a little day pack that's like 40 pounds. Worst case scenario,
okay. So how
they made me bring everything, and now it's like 80 pounds.
Did you do that much running when you got there? Like, was it necessary? Did you do any running
in Afghanistan?
Yeah,
I mean it was necessary when it was necessary, because we'd go on patrol.
It was probably more of a sprint than it was.
Yeah. Well, and we'd go on patrol, and they just want you to be in good shape, you know. So like we go on patrol, and we'd be gone for like 18 hours. Just walking. Just go 9 hours one way and then turn around and come back 9 hours the other way, or just go 18 hours in one direction. Like we'd start before the sun come up, and we'd be done after the sun went
Walking.
down, just walking. And then like sometimes stuff would happen.
I'd rather
in
run.
between, but
I'd rather run.
yeah,
Shit.
it's like
Fuck.
and it's like I've talked about this before too, but it's like if there was anything in the way, it's like it didn't matter.
We
Like
gonna do it.
if there's a river, if there's such thick bushes, it doesn't seem like we can get through it. If there's cactuses, if there's canals full of human shit, like we have to get over there. And
Hold my bear.
yeah, like
Hold my
it's
bear.
not an option, dude.
We going through this shit.
That's what I. And this is like a quote people put on T-shirts and shit. But I mean, it's true, dude. Like people who like have never tested themselves, you know. Like you'd be surprised what you can do when it's like it's your only option is to do it. Like 'cause
When
sometimes
it's real life and death shit.
like sometimes you get into a situation. I mean, it's not even life and death. It's just like I have to do it. That's my only option is to do it. So we have to do it.
It
Like,
could be, yeah, you're right.
I
It
have
could be
to-
the most minor of things.
like I have to climb through this fucking canal of human shit.
Gotta do it.
Like I just have to, and I'm gonna do it.
Shit, I had a wrangling a bat the other day, man, and not get
Yeah.
bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
fuck,
had
you
no
gotta be
other
careful with
option.
it.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
have to do it.
The motherfucker said 30 minutes, and I had a client on the way. I'm like, well, fuck, I gotta get you, homie. I ain't gonna kill you, but I'm gonna get your motherfucking ass.
Yeah, see, dude, I hate it. I can't, motherfucker.
I don't like that shit either.
I really do.
Don't explain to me how we can't. We need to talk about how we
Well,
can.
at least try. At least try.
That's not gonna work. How the fuck you do?
It might.
It might.
I don't know. And if it doesn't, it
And
doesn't.
if it
but at
doesn't, we
least
need to counter that.
like at least I tried. I can feel really good knowing that I at least tried everything
it.
I could possibly
Get the
try.
ball rolling.
Like I tried. Like even if I fail at something, like well, like I tried everything I could have done. But like what feels really bad is knowing that I could have done different.
Then you got those shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Oh, those are the stories that
that-
I hate. Those shoulda, coulda,
Yeah,
wouldas.
I'd rather
Like,
not have
man,
those. Like I don't have any of that. Like I know I gave it everything that I got, dude. And sometimes it works out, and sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. But
Yeah, I've told people that.
I
Shit,
just wanna try.
even in my fuck up days, like
Yeah,
even
you're
if I
you're
woke
just,
up and
applying it to the
I
wrong
was
things.
I was going all out, dog. I was balls to the wall with it. I was gonna fuck up real good today. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna do this shit today. I've never been I can't or even thought of a reason why I can't. Like,
Yeah, like I'll try. And I might have some
that
like
shit.
I might have some hesitations, like ooh shit, I've never done that before, but I'll try, dude. Like
That's being
I'll
human.
try.
I think that's
I'll
just
try.
being human. But I'm gonna go do this shit.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go make something happen.
Mm-hmm.
And if especially if it's gonna get me the exposure either way, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And, you know,
I might even fuck around and do a good job.
I might fuck around, do a great job, and other opportunities open, and then I got all good decisions to make.
Mm-hmm.
There's no bad decision because of that one chance, that one risk that I took.
Yeah, I just
Now everything's opening.
I just really hate it. I can't.
Yeah, I've never liked that.
And I don't like when people won't try food
Whoa.
that they've never tried.
Ooh, see, I'm one of those. I'm getting better at it.
Well, like you have
Especially since I've been plant-based. Since I've
Well,
been
yeah, and, like, you have
plant-based,
a
I've had
vegan
to try a
thing.
lot of shit that I've never eaten in my
sure,
life.
and you have a vegan thing, so
Yeah.
you have a like automatically like, well, I'm not gonna try that because it's not vegan.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like I don't know, just motherfuckers who have never tried something, be like I don't like sushi. Like I know I could probably think of a couple family members at least who say they don't like sushi, and I'm like, but you've never tried it. And they're like, yeah, I've never tried it because I know I won't like it. And I'm like, well, how do you know you don't like it, though? Unless you try it.
It's funny you mentioned sushi. The shit looks beautiful, dog.
Yeah, it's so good.
Like it's
so good.
if I was still on that side of the tracks, like I look at sushi like,
It's so good.
this looks interesting.
It's so good. And I can respect that a lot. I can respect putting something in your mouth and being like, oh, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine. I will never push it again after that. But to look at something and go, I don't like that. It's like, how do you know, though?
That's avocados for me.
Really?
Guacamole shit. Yeah, can't do
That's
it.
a superfood, dude.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. Maybe even salad. I can't do. I see no point in salad. I see no point in a salad. Like,
good, man.
Yeah, it looks good. It even
Sounds
looks
good.
good.
I don't know. It just drives me, and I feel like an asshole even saying it out loud, but it just bothers me. Someone's they're just like refusing to even try it.
Fish. I've never actually tasted it, but I was traumatized as a boy with the fish.
Well,
There's a
I mean,
backstory to that.
that'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got some country ass cousins down in Missouri. Like what you call that shit when you go down in the river and pull the
Oh,
catfish out
noodling?
that shit. Yeah, black people do that shit too, dog, down there.
I
My
don't.
cousins and they used to duct tape their fucking arms, and they would go down and get these fucking catfish, man, and they would bring them back to the house. I think it was like one of my great aunt's house or something. It was a big ass house, and they had this
Nah.
double kitchen door. You know, I'm a little badass little kid. I mean, I'm fucking around. They like keep him out here. Wouldn't let me come in the kitchen type shit. You know, I'm a little kid. I'm gonna see what the fuck y'all doing in this kitchen. So I doubled back on them and I went through the other door. And I kind of peeked around the corner, you know what I'm saying? And bro, they in there cutting off fucking fish heads, cutting off tails, gutting them, throwing the shit in the garbage can. The same garbage can I throw my wrappers in and shit from my candy and shit. They got fucking fish in the fucking sink, man. So I ran. I think I screamed and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm fucked up now. I seen this shit, you know what I mean? Like, couple 2-3 hours after that, what the fuck you think's on our plates? Fish. And it looks like it's a with breaded in the crumbs and shit, but this is a fish. You see that this is a fucking fish. Man, I've never had fish ever in my life since that. I never. I don't even
Man.
want to taste it.
Sushi's good, dude. Sushi's good.
And that's all fish, right?
I mean,
Every last.
I've had. Sometimes we'll mess around and get veggie sushi,
Okay, is that what I'm looking at?
which is actually pretty good.
Is that what I'm looking at?
Because the veggie sushi is just like there's probably avocado in it though.
With the wrap
Sometimes
on
you
it
gotta
and
worry
shit.
about yeah, it's just rice with
Is that what I'm
seaweed,
looking at?
rice with the seaweed wrap, and there's like cucumber and carrot and shit.
That
in
might
it
be what I
usually.
saw, Doc. That might be what I saw.
Yeah, because some places do a really good
Okay.
like vegan sushi.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know,
sushi
man.
is
I
really
don't
good.
know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'm
fuck
just
with
a fucking-
Japanese food.
Maybe I'm a fucking
Japanese
just a
food's
prick.
mainly veggies and shit, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
I
like
fuck with
just-
Japanese
it's
food.
like just try. I've really never like had someone present food to me that I've never had before and been like,
Oh,
try
you
this,
one of them dudes.
and I've never said no. Really, like I'll try it.
Yeah, my dad was like that, man.
And
There was nothing. My dad didn't turn down shit but
like,
his collar.
It's led to me tasting some bad shit. Like me and my wife were in Miami, and our hotel we were next to
Oh,
this.
that's nothing but fish.
Well, we were next to this like Dutch couple. I think they were Dutch. I don't know, from Denmark or something.
Okay.
And they were like, "Oh, do you want to try some of our?" I don't even know if that's Dutch. They're like, "Oh, do you want to try some of our candy?" And we're like, "Yeah, we'll try a piece of fucking Dutch candy." It was disgusting. Disgusting.
Years
it was the
ago,
worst, most bitter shit I've ever tasted in my
years
life.
ago, I used to stay next door to this Buddhist temple. It's still there till this day. Down on West Ave. Like, bro, this shit it's like it was amazing what these people did with this house. Like, it was I think it was Vietnamese people, but anyway, every so often they would have their party, and it would take up like the whole street. Like, they would be parking on this side of the street, and then they would take the middle. So if you live down here, you had to be with the shit. You had to know. You had to have this day circled on your calendar and have all your shit in your house because, it's just being respectful. They
Right.
about to come party, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So they would bring these tins by with cookies in them and shit, right? Like the Dutch cookies, the grandma cookies and shit.
Yeah.
I think they're gingerbread or some shit. And I opened it up, and they're like, like the wafers, like the vanilla wafer, the chocolate one, and I think it's the strawberry one. It looked like those. There were some brown ones, there were some white ones, and there were some pink ones. So I'm like, oh, I'm high in the motherfucker too. I'm gonna fuck these up with some milk later on and shit, man. I remember later that day, I got my milk, man, grabbed a tin, and I went and sat on the couch, and I ate one of them fucking. It was literally like cardboard.
Yeah.
No flavor
Don't worry about that.
at all, and they all taste the fucking same. I was so fucking pissed. I was like, these are their fucking cookies?
Yeah. Sometimes you'll get that, but there's also like there's not a lot of food I don't like either. Sweet potato is pretty much it.
You don't like sweet potatoes?
Mm,
Me neither.
yeah, I don't know why. I just don't like how they taste. But that's like my one thing I just don't like. And if I'm in a situation where somebody made sweet potatoes, I'll eat them. It's not even like I hate them so much I can't eat them.
You one of them dudes.
I don't know that there's a food that I don't like enough that I wouldn't be able to eat it.
Okay,
If I
did you
had
try any? What is Afghanistan food?
It's
Did you
just
try
like-
anything
yeah,
like a
it's
vendor over
like
there
Middle
on the
East-
street?
It's like
Did you-
naan and stuff like naan bread and hummus and stuff like that. It's pretty. Yeah, it's good shit. Yeah, I had some naan bread.
not a
I
whole
mean,
lot of
some
meat.
pretty good tea. Some Chinese. Well, yeah, they eat like goat meat.
Go.
I didn't have any of that. Just because it's like, I'm not gonna. You know, I'm not gonna. Like, I'm not.
I'm not eating that shit.
I'll eat some of your bread, dude. But that goat, like, it lived right here.
You know what I'm saying? He was right here yesterday. Motherfucker, matter of fact, earlier today, he was right here.
And you guys have like, you got all the stomach bacteria that you need to deal with that. I don't. Like, it's not happening. The dudes that replaced us, the second LAR, I think they all had like food poisoning and shit.
Eating
in,
goat and shit.
in like 2 days.
Eating that shit. Nah, I don't want
They're all
that.
none of us are sick. They're all puking. We're like, why'd you guys do that?
Flies on the grill.
Why are you guys doing that, man? Like, you don't even know how they cooked it, if they cooked it. Like, you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Just put some sauce on that
Like,
shit.
you don't even know what the fuck it is. You can't even understand. Like, that is kind of a rule. Is if I don't know what you're telling me it is, I'm probably not gonna eat it.
Might not even
Like,
be
if I can't understand the words that you're saying to tell me what it is, I'm probably not gonna eat it. It's just a thing. But the naan's really good. They make really nice tea.
And that's the like the pita bread looking.
Yeah.
That
Naan's
shit do look fire. That
It's
shit
not
do
vegan
look fire.
though. I think there's like eggs and shit in it. So,
That shit do look fire.
but yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Anyways, we started a little late, so that's all the time that we got today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for putting up with us while we were on our break. But sometimes it's just time for a break, dude. You're sick. It's negative 40 degrees. There's a
Turned
foot of snow
48 on. I
outside.
turned 48.
Birthday.
Snowstorm, all that shit. Man.
It's just a good time for a break, man. But we appreciate you sticking with us. Appreciate you listening to us today. Check us out on our social medias: Instagram, Threads, Twitter, whatever. Email us, alwayschillinpodcast@gmail.com. Leave a comment on our YouTube videos, like it, do all that stuff. Most importantly, tell your friends to listen to us too. We hope you guys are staying warm wherever you're at, and I hope you have a great week.